What's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how I made this 3D Mother's Day present. So stay tuned! So as you can see, I'm in my drawing program right now. It's Ibis Paint, and here I'm selecting A4, which is the size of a normal paper. I'm really glad that Ibis Paint has the option to actually take a size that resembles a paper. And as you can see, I'm sketching some really bad flowers. I'm doing this digitally, so I can see where I want the flowers to sit. I'm going to draw 3 flowers, as you already saw in the thumbnail, and a bee and some leaves. The leaves I made up in the end. I didn't draw the leaves here. But I have reference pictures of all these flowers. I'm gonna put them on the screen. Don't worry about it. I can also maybe link them in the description, I'm not sure. Here I'm using this texture brush full of dots, so I know where the petals in the bag are. For example, these petals in the bag, I put these dots on so I remember that these are supposed to be in shadow. I put every single flower on a different layer so I can still move them around. Because in the end I want to print this out, and when I print this out I can draw over it with my gouache paints, you know. Here again I'm just drawing with dots. It's a brush, you can download it in Ibis Paint. Since I'm using Ibis Paint, you can just download these brushes everywhere. I wanted to draw 3 flowers because I do not have the patience to do more than 3 flowers. And it's only supposed to be like a little special something on my gift, you know. The thing is, I almost forgot that Mother's Day even existed. I only remembered it because Amazon reminded me on it. Oh, here I'm trying to draw a bee. If I tell you I never drew a bee before, you would think, yeah, I can see that. I'm trying so hard to draw a cute bee, but I can't. In the end it's gonna look fine, but I never drew a fucking bee before. By the way, my flowers look really bad. I sketched this in like 20 minutes, all 3 flowers in this bee in 21 minutes. And the thing is, I'm not the guy who draws a lot of flowers. Literally, the only flower I drew was for one video where I drew a fire girl and she was holding a flower. Before that I never seriously tried to draw a flower. It's kinda wild if I think about it. But because of that I'm not that good at drawing flowers. But I think moms like flowers, this is why I'm drawing flowers. So right, Amazon reminded me that Mother's Day existed and I was like, Jesus, I almost forgot about it. So I bought some presents on Amazon. Now I'm drawing something to be special. Here I arranged everything to fit on one paper so I can print it out and then cut them out and then rearrange them because I want to make it 3D. So here's my sketchbook. My sketchbook has like pre-ripped pages. So I'm whipping out a page right now and then I'm putting it into my printer. I didn't think it would work, but it did work. Because this page is thicker than my normal paper. Like printer paper is really thin and really hard to draw on if you have like watercolors. Like if you're new to art, then I would suggest you buy thicker paper, it helps a ton. This is my printer, it says printing, and here you can see. It did work. I printed it on my sketchbook paper, like I said, so it's easier to draw on. It takes more paint and it doesn't wobble as much. You can literally just go into your local grocery store and buy like a sketchbook. Like this sketchbook literally costs 3 euros. I never had more expensive sketchbook than 3 euros and it works fine for me. These are acrylic paint markers from my store here in Germany. It's called Action. And I'm just going to draw with them. And on top of that also with my gouache paints. If you don't know what gouache paints are, these are paints that you can reactivate with water, but they are really opaque. And like a mixture of acrylic paint and watercolor paint. That's basically it. Here I'm drawing the bee. So for this present, right? I bought my mom something personal, you know. And I was like, but just buying something like isn't enough. I hate giving presents, by the way. God damn, I wanted to swear right now. I hate giving presents. It's always so hard, and then you have to figure out what the person wants, and then the person is like, I don't know, I don't want anything. And then I'm like, but I have to give you something because I hate gift giving. I also hate receiving gifts. But I bought a gift. It's supposed to arrive today, actually. Today is Tuesday. Like I said, Amazon literally reminded me on Saturday. It reminded me that Mother's Day existed. And I was like, shit. Jesus. Almost forgot about it. So I bought something, and then now I'm building this. I was like, I could maybe draw something. But I wanted to make something 3D to make it like kind of special and looks like I actually put effort into it. So I'm doing this. And I was like, what do moms like? My mom likes a lot of stuff, but also at the same time she doesn't like anything. So I was like, flowers. Moms like flowers. So I was like, great. The one thing I can't draw. So I'm just drawing that. So as you can see, I'm just drawing this bee. I think it looks kinda cute, but also really wobbly, like the legs. I don't even know if bees have 4 legs or more. I think they have more legs actually. I should have googled that maybe. Jesus. So here I'm just drawing. The first layer is with watercolors, so I remember what the colors are supposed to be. I always have reference pictures for something like flowers. And because on my tablet I can't have 2 tabs open at the same time, I'm just gonna put quick color in there to remember myself what colors the flower needs. And then I'm switching back to the YouTube video I'm watching while I'm drawing this, so I can actually like listen to something. This flower is supposed to be like light blue, white and purple. And here I'm adding gouache paints. Like I said, it's opaque. That's why I'm also you're not going to see these dots in the end result, which was like the basic plan. I maybe can put this flower printout page on my description if I figure out how I'm able to do this, if you also want to for some reason draw flowers for your mom. I don't know. I would suggest you drawing your own flowers because mine don't look that good. Like I said, I never drew flowers seriously, except for one time for this fire girl. You can also look that up on my channel, by the way. But these flowers, especially the orange and red flower, like gave me so much trouble. Like Jesus Christ, why are flowers so complicated? I should have just drawn a random animal my mom likes or something. But I wanted to be kinda special, you know. I hate gift giving, I already told you this. So basically, my gift is gonna arrive in a box and I'm gonna put this in the box as well. So it looks like I actually made some effort. You know. The acrylic markers that I have are also really cheap, by the way. Here I'm drawing the leaves. I was like, I want to have leaves on there. So I was just teardrops, basically teardrops, and then just green and then darker green, then yellow. Yellow is for the light. If you have a green color, you can always use a yellow as a light. Instead of using green plus white, you just use yellow. I think that looks better in the end and gives it more value. And while the leaves are drying, I'm already going to put watercolor on this flower. I don't know what these flowers are called, by the way, don't ask me. I have no idea about flowers. But this flower gave me so much trouble. I painted over it so many times, in the end it looks really bad and I hate it. I should have just taken a daisy or something. Something easy, I don't know. From all these flowers, I think this one should be the easiest, but for some reason I messed this up the most, and I don't know how I managed to do this actually. By the way, the reference pictures of these flowers did not include this stem that I have. I just drew 2 lines and was like, yep, that's good. Now they have a stem, so they do look off. If the stem would be like this, the perspective would be entirely different. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. This is why I said you should probably, if you wanna do this as well, draw your own flowers. I think that would be the better. And here again I was just putting watercolors, and now I'm doing it with gouache, because my gouache paint is way more opaque and more vibrant actually. Overall, I think only the drawing part took me like 1.5 hours. Because of this one red and orange flower that gave me a bunch of troubles, it maybe took me a bit longer. Oh Jesus, my cat is starting to puke. No, please. Okay, I'm back. For you it was just a little 5 seconds or something. But my cat just started to puking, but he didn't actually puke, so that I'm glad about that. But that was really uncalled for, because my cat is lying on my bed right now, and I don't know about you, but I don't want my cat to be puking on my bed. And it's always like the cats search the weirdest part to puke. They always want to puke on your carpet. Here you can see that I'm refining the flowers with my acrylic paint markers. I'm just gonna do that for a while now. And the flower wasn't really dry, this is why the white didn't really work. I am really impatient. I hate waiting for things to dry. This is why I don't paint with watercolors anymore. But gouache paints also take kind of long to dry. But I hate acrylic paints, so I have to stick with gouache. But I always just paint even if it's still wet, you know. I know I shouldn't be doing this because I'm destroying my paint markers. But I'm really impatient. I cannot for the life of me wait until it's dry. And here I'm using my gouache paints again, because I realized the flower is way more white than my version. So I was like, oh shit, I made it way too blue, and now I need to put more white in there. So that's what I'm doing. By the way, if you go over the lines, it doesn't matter, you will cut it out anyways. And the stem, for example, the stem is way too thick. It doesn't matter, I can cut it down anyways. Since I'm going to make it like kind of 3D to be a little extra, you know. You can always cut more off. But always be careful with cutting things off, because you can't glue them back on. Here I'm just drawing the leaves, because they have dried actually. Here I'm using yellow as a light color, darker green as shadow. I don't know what these little vines are that the leaves have. Oh, this flower. Now you're going to see me struggle with it. I'm going to draw over them so much. And it will not work out in the end. You can write me in the comments which flower you like the most. I think I like the pink one the most because it has like perspective with one of these flower petals. I don't know. I actually finished this morning. I did the entire drawing part yesterday, and the entire crafting part I did this morning. And now I'm doing my voiceover because my mom just went away to buy groceries. So I actually have time to talk about this. Again, here I'm just doing the same. Just refining it with my paint markers. Yeah, that's basically all I'm doing. Putting more details in, putting more colors in, and then asking myself why I put so many colors in, because now it looks weird. And then painting over it again. Drawing is a process, you know. Especially when I was drawing this, my mom randomly came into my room and I had to scramble so she doesn't see this, you know. The thing is, if I make presents, I don't want the people for what the present is for to see what I'm doing. And my mom probably thought I was hiding some drugs or something. This was a joke. I do not own or have any drugs. I just try to be funny. I'm not funny, if you couldn't tell that. Here you can see I already cut them out. I think it would have been boring to see me cutting it out. You can see how flimsy they are. So I'm gluing them on a random sheet of paper, not paper, of cardboard. But here I'm arranging how I want them to look. And then I'm gluing them on this cardboard, and then I'm gluing them on top of each other. The thing is, if you wanted to have more of a 3D effect with these flowers, I think you could have made the petals 3D, like cut out some petals and draw another layer. For example, you have like petals that are way further back, you know. So you have one layer with just a dark blue, for example, then you have another layer with light blue. And that's how you could have more 3D. You could have more of a 3D effect if you would do that. But honestly, I just only now thought about this. So I don't wanna redo this. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. But thinking about it, it would have been better. But it would have contained a lot more steps. And honestly, I do not have that much time. Mother's Day is on Sunday, I believe. So now that I glued it on top there, I'm cutting it out again. And this part was also annoying because I did not wait for the glue to dry. You can still see that the cardboard is still wet from the glue. And like I said, I cannot wait, I'm really impatient. So now I'm just cutting everything out. I don't think there's too much to say about this part, except I'm just cutting everything out. The thing is, every type of cardboard you can use. I wanted a little bit thinner cardboard, but I couldn't find any more, so I just cut up. So I destroyed a random box that I had. It had a little bit of thicker cardboard, so it was hard to cut, but it wasn't the thickest type of cardboard, which I'm glad about. So if you want to do this as well, just remember, the thicker you go with the cardboard, the harder it is to actually cut your flowers out. And if you have like really detailed flowers with tiny ass petals, then you need to think about it, you know, because then if you cut everything out, then you maybe need a box cutter. I don't know. So here I'm just coloring the back of these flowers and the bee and the leaves as well, just black, just plain black acrylic paint, because I think it would be prettier to not see anything on the back. The thing is, I only have 2 acrylic paint tubes, it's black and white, because if you color anything with gouache and acrylic paint, it's gonna be reactivated with water. You know, so you have to be careful to not get these flowers wet if you draw with gouache. You now see them being completely dry, but it took like at least an hour for this acrylic paint to dry, and I was really mad about it. I was like waiting for it to dry, and oh Jesus, it took so long. Now you can see me trying to arrange the flowers, but you may realize it looks a little bit weird because I put the flowers on the wrong side. I didn't notice that for some reason, but I'm going to fix this. You can see me putting these little glue things on. The thing is, if you don't have these, this is alright. You can just use your cardboard. You can cut tiny pieces of cardboard, put glue on each side of them, put them on the flowers as well, and then glue them on top. The thing is, why you want to have like thick gluable things, so that you have a little bit of space between each flower, so it looks more 3D, you know. And here you can see that I'm realizing that I put the flowers in the wrong order, so I did it all again. And here I'm deciding where I want the leaves to sit. I maybe should have made more leaves, but like I said, I don't wanna. This is so much work. And I'm glad I went with small flowers, like all able to fit on one page of paper. I could have made them way bigger, and that would have been way more work. And I think these are called foam cubes. I don't know. I got them in a craft kit many years ago. I still have them because I keep everything that I may or may not need. And here you can see I'm just adding black outlines. This is just a personal preference. You can do whatever you like, but I like it better with black outlines. And that's basically it. You can see the different layers between each color, between each flower. I can't talk, I'm sorry. I'm not native in English, by the way. You may have noticed this. I'm German. Yeah, that's basically it. And that's how I crafted a Mother's Day present.